The two largest AI-backed super PACs in the country went head-to-head in a Democratic primary for a coveted House seat in New York's wealthiest district.
Hi, tomorrow's the last day to vote.
The race was the heart of the battle over federal regulation in AI.
How many ads have you seen, you think, for this congressional race?
I've seen so many ads.
I have been tracking the dozens of races that are being influenced by AI money. The issue is top of mind for AI leaders as they gather with media moguls and tech CEOs in Sun Valley, Idaho for the annual Allen & Company conference this week. The dueling PACs spent a combined $21.3 million over one candidate in particular, New York State Assemblyman Alex Bores.
How are you? I'm Alex. I'm running to be your congressman. Last year I passed the strongest AI safety bill in the country over the objections of everyone in the AI industry.
Bores was a driving force behind the RAISE Act, one of the first state-level bills designed to regulate AI. His push for the legislation made him an early target for a super PAC called Leading the Future. Its top funders include OpenAI president Greg Brockman and Palantir co-founder Joe Lonsdale, as well as Mark Andreessen and Ben Horowitz. Altogether, they spent over $8 million opposing Bores and running attack ads like this one.
Bores sponsored the RAISE Act, which hands AI to state regulators and creates a chaotic patchwork of state rules that would crush innovation, cost New York jobs, and fail to keep people safe.
Halfway through the primary season, Leading the Future has spent more than $24 million on midterm elections across the country, including primary races in California and Illinois. The group was against an earlier version of the RAISE Act, approved by Bores, that they said risked creating conflicting state and federal requirements that could slow down AI development.
What Leading the Future supports is a broad, national, consistent framework for regulation governing AI. The best policy for the country would be one that is consistent across all 50 states.
Regulation is not going to be the reason we win or lose this race versus China. We can invest in AI that's meant to help doctors diagnose disease without encouraging the AI that's helping healthcare deny claims. We can get the best of both worlds.
Leading the Future's attacks on Bores prompted Public First Action, a super PAC partially backed by Anthropic, to spend over $13 million supporting Bores.
Public First is a unique super PAC. It's an innovation of sorts, in that we exist really to stymie another super PAC.
The PAC has spent over $20 million on midterm elections nationwide. Some have dubbed the battle between Public First Action and Leading the Future as a proxy war between tech rivals Anthropic and OpenAI. But both of the companies are actually trying to distance themselves from the actions of these PACs. A Public First Action spokesperson told me that Anthropic's $20 million donation to the group is not to be used for political purposes and is only to be used for education on AI policy and safety. And OpenAI CEO Sam Altman told reporters this when asked about the company's spending in the midterms.
I don't think we've been involved in a massive lobbying campaign. Maybe you know something. I don't. I mean, we've done some for sure, but relative to other companies in our industry, I think we do much, much less.
Bores ultimately lost the primary to Micah Lasher, who's expected to be a shoo-in in November and be sworn into Congress next January. Although Lasher didn't make AI as central to his campaign as Bores did, he's more strongly opposed to the technology.
I have some news for the two big AI companies who've taken such an unusual interest in who won this congressional seat. I won't be taking my cues from either of you when it comes to protecting our kids, our jobs, and our environment.
Democrats don't have a unified view on AI policy. Members like Senator Bernie Sanders, Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and now even the top Democrat on one of the main committees overseeing AI, Frank Pallone, have talked about putting a ban on building data centers. Then you have lawmakers like Congress members Josh Gottheimer, Ted Lieu, and Valerie Foushee. They're co-chairs of an AI commission, and they're open to working with AI companies while also looking for ways to put guardrails on the industry. There's also a debate within the Democratic Party about whether there should be a single national standard for the development and deployment of AI. Right now, states have started to pass legislation regulating AI, but tech companies are saying that this is going to hinder AI development by creating a patchwork of different laws. But lawmakers have yet to coalesce around what a single national standard would actually look like.
It is so important that we do this now and urgently because it is still the early innings of the technology, but it is being adopted quickly at scale.
The debate over AI policy has so far not been drawn across partisan lines. Members of Congress on both sides of the aisle are grappling with the best way to address the fast-growing industry as constituents express concerns about things like rising utility costs, jobs, the environment, and the safety of the technology.
AI is of major concern to me.
Half of Americans say they're more concerned than excited about the use of AI in daily life. AI money is set to continue to flow into the midterms in the run-up to November. Leading the Future says it's raised $125 million, and Public First Action says it has raised $80 million from donors. And that is only halfway through the primary season. Plus, they're not alone. A slew of PACs across the spectrum of AI ideologies are pumping money into the midterms. 3 other AI-backed PACs were involved in Boris's primary, spending an additional $5.9 million on top of the money from Leading the Future and Public First Action.
AI is enormously important. There's trillions of dollars at stake. And so there are a few people who want to make sure that they control the regulations.
The cash from this growing number of PACs is set to influence the next class of lawmakers. Those elected in November are set to shape AI policy at a pivotal time for the technology, and any laws that are passed are going to have a notable impact on the tech industry, AI safety, the economy, and the environment.
If we're going to see a shift in the economy like never before. So it's a question, if we're seeing that shift, how are we evolving policy with it?